I would
kind of
actually, I would actually like to challenge the audience to do exactly the thing that you described, but in front of people when walking through a crowd and things like that, as a challenge in overcoming social anxiety. For instance,
okay.
when I was in high school, I felt a little bit like shy and introverted and all of that, even before when I was younger. So I started reading up on stuff online, like things that can help with that, how to improve your social game, let's call it like that. And there are a lot of people who do these social experiments, like walk backwards down the street, or say hi to every person that comes your way, or look people directly in the eye and just give them like a proper smile, even if you don't stop and don't tell. Like doing stuff like that, um, it slowly cracks the idea in your head that, oh, what are others going to think about me, what's going to happen if I do this. It's hard at the beginning, and there's a huge like adrenaline rush, everything in your head and body is telling you no, 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 don't do it. But after you do it in step by step, you can actually break through some of these barriers, and that's super helpful for like personal development, like in sales. Like you couldn't imagine how much easier it is to walk up to a business meeting and start talking about your ideas after you've approached someone on the street and did something completely idiotic, and comedic, where like 5 people start laughing at you. Doing a business presentation after that is actually rather easy. And I found a guy online who has these like steps. He's like, go up to 5 people and ask them what's the time, and then do the same thing to 5 people while you're having a watch on your hand, and then do the same thing for people while you're standing under a clock, like on a square or somewhere, and you'll get different reactions. Then he scales it up, right? And then he's like, go to a town where you don't know anyone and ask a person for $100, and like then ask like 50 people for $100, and like eventually it happens, somebody gives you like $100, like, which is the funny thing in it. But it's a huge like a barrier breaking exercise, and doing it with the music, like just dancing in the street, even for 10 seconds, it would be for some people unimaginable, but they would be surprised how nothing happens. There were different exercises, like lay down in the middle of the street for 10 seconds.
Yes.
It's like nobody ever does that, right? And people would probably walk by you and be like, this is weird. Like, what is this person doing? But then again, imagine how many times in your life you've seen something weird and you never think about it again. Like it never crosses your mind. It's so irrelevant. Like everybody has their own thing happening in their lives, and people just don't remember stuff like that. So it's just for the moment, and if you overcome it, then it gets easier.
Yeah, I can relate to that. When I was trying to escape my own demons, when I was younger, let's say, I think it was I was 17 maybe at that time. It was at school. And I started shooting a video series of something like Jackass. Not sure if I can say
All right.
but that's kind of name of a video that, do you know probably these videos?
I know Jackass.
Yeah, so I started shooting that kind of a thing, and
Wow.
I did many stupid stuff. Like I was crossing the road, and on the green light, of course, don't do it on red light. On green light, where the car stopped, and I just stopped in the middle and lie down in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Just lie down on the car, and then you should see the people's reaction in the car, like. Or some people just shouted bad words, really bad words, like, oh my god, okay, I'm going away. Or let's say I jumped into the fontaine in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of the town in really warm weather, where were people around it. There was middle of the town, center of the town. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and I went up with Mentos in my hand, and I said, "Mentos, the fresh maker," and I just ran away. All wet, soaking wet. And this was me escaping from actually dealing with my demons. So I was trying to escape them instead of dealing with them. I mean, that's not a really good example, but it was good example actually how to bring yourself that, as you mentioned, to lie down on the street or maybe dance around, ask people stupid questions, break that kind of your barriers sometimes, and as I can see now, I didn't find myself. I didn't. I learned there actually. I learned there how to deal with the audience. I'm not scared actually. I was in Dublin in Grafton Street, walking through the Grafton Street one day. It was longer time ago, yeah. And I used to do karaoke before, sometimes in a pub. And I learned that song from Justin Timberlake. And these guys, the band, small band, was playing it live, And I was listening, and they stopped. And I approached them, and I said to them, "Would you play that again? I will sing." And the guy said, "Oh, of course, no problem, man. That's actually nice. Do you know the lyrics?" And I said, "Yes." So I started, and it was so nice. I didn't scare these people because I felt so free. And first, of course, a few seconds at the beginnings, I felt like, oh my God, okay, here it comes. I start shivering, and then after 2 or 3 verses, no verses, the lines of the lyrics, it disappeared, and I started singing, and people start clapping, and it was so nice. But I forgot the second verse, so I was kind of mumbling. Yes, aman, 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 aman. But it was so nice, it's really nice experience, and I have to recommend to people actually to sometimes to push themselves to do small things, as you said. Start with the small steps at the beginnings, and to overcome these barriers, I suppose. Yeah, this was I would recommend that, really.
Yeah, karaoke is a great way of overcoming that barrier.
Yes.
Did you know that the biggest fear in the world, statistically speaking, which is larger than death and spiders and snakes and shark attacks, is the fear of public speaking?
Yes, it's
Yep.
very known. Not many people realize that, and also me, when I first read that information, I'm like, this is impossible. But it's actually
It
true.
is. It
It
is.
is true, yes.
Karaoke is great because it simulates it for like a 5-minute song. You're standing in front of the audience and you're expressing yourself, and that's a great exercise to do. I know that in Japan they have a huge karaoke culture, and usually outside of lockdown periods, right? They go to these karaoke bars, and there you get a room for yourself and your colleagues. And then you have a screen and like 7 mics, and everybody sings together. And it's ingrained in the culture, and everybody does it. And it's super like for building connections, and expressing yourself and getting comfortable with it. So I would love to go to Japan and try it there, and just meeting new people, and embarrassing myself by singing in Japanese. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.